I have started recording again and I'm going to start sharing as well. Let me know when you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Guys, can you see my screen? Okay, now let me bring a document on Oracle joins and I'm going to explain the process about Oracle joins and then I'll be leaving the work to all of you. You do it and you send it to me. Now let me bring this document and explain what is Oracle joins, why you need to learn it. So now if let's say that so far we have created tables like this. We have a table and then we have 3 or 4 columns, right? And then we have 5 or 6 record in it. Do you understand what is database records? Can anyone explain what is database records? Go ahead, please. What is data records in database?
Record is we store something.
Um, we store something. We store data in the table, right?
Data in the table.
Now, what is record, right? In terms of record, please everyone follow me here. If you take a look, let's say this orders table, right? Can you see I have a table orders here, right? In this orders table, right? Can you see from here to here? This is a record. From here to here, this is a record. Now, from here to here, this is another record. From here to here, this is another record. Does it make sense? Now, in this orders table, you have 3 records or 4 records. Is this one also a record? Is this one also a record? Who can explain?
One?
This one that I am showing here, is a record as well?
No.
This is not a record. This is a row as well in the database, right? In the table.
Yeah. But it's not a record.
What is this then? That's the title of the table. Like so, and these are the records. So how many records do I have in this table? 3. And this is table or column header. Now if I say okay, this is a record, right? So what is this? What is this? This particular, let's say this one. What will you say this? What will you name it? What is that?
Data.
This is field. This is a field. This is a field. Okay. So in this, if I ask you, okay, in this orders table, you have 3 records, right? So how many fields do you have?
With just only one record is 3 field.
Altogether, how many fields do you have?
9.
9 fields. Yeah, that is correct. And if I ask you, okay, what is this? What is this? This one. This is a number, but what does it like? What there is a specific meaning of this 3. What is this?
Say data.
No, this is a customer ID. This is a customer ID. What is customer ID? How do you know it is a customer ID? By looking at the column header. Does it make sense? Are we okay with this? This is a customer ID. Okay, now so so we so far have written tables where we have 3 or 4 columns and let's say 5 or 6 records max, right? What have we written so far? We have written tables where we have 4 or 5 records and 4 or 5 columns. Is that a true statement? True, right? Now, if you create a table, if you go to a real life, we work, sometimes we see that we have, instead of this three column, we see in the real life table we have hundreds of columns, and in terms of record we have hundred thousands of records. So the problem with that is, if you have a table where we have, let's say, 100 columns and you have, let's say, a million records, right? Then this becomes, if you want to pull data from the table, when you execute query, right? It will make your, like, if a web application gets data from that table, right? There is a possibility your query might be slowing the website because the table is too big and we have so many records that when you write a query it takes time to pull data. So that's why, so that we can pull data quickly, number one, and we can, web application can work efficiently, right? For that purpose we do not make the table that big in terms of, okay, hundreds of columns. Not like this, we try to make limited columns in the table. We clusterize the data. How do we clusterize the data? We create relational tables in relational database, and we clusterize the data. We put some data in one table and remaining data in another table. In that way we divide the data into different tables. So what is the benefit, right? What is the benefit when you are clusterizing the data by putting them in different tables, right? What happens when you write your queries? It is faster. Okay, so that is when you put your, let's say that to be more precise, right? So let's say, um, if I go back to a particular table here, let's come back here. Now can you see, guys, I have a table here, store details. Can you see this? And in store details I have store ID, store name, employees, and weekly sales, right? Can you see? Number one, store ID, store names, uh, employees, and then weekly sales. So let's say store ID, I put this information here, and then for the, let's say I have few, for that store, right? For that store I have few other field. Okay, manager name, manager DOB, manager's salary, right? So I put few with the store ID, right? Let me make this in this way. Try to understand this concept, that will help you in many ways. So let's say that I have this store ID table, right? This store ID table, let me put it in a paint. And you know that, can you see, if you click on resize, and then can you see pixels, and then remove that maintain aspect ratio, and then you say, okay, horizontal you put 2000 and vertical you put 1000, and if you make it okay, it will be bigger canvas. Can you see? Now the canvas is bigger. Now let me put it here, that table, right? This is one of the table. Select star from store details, right? store ID, store name, employees, and weekly sales. Okay, now let's say that I'm going to um, create another table. I'm going to, let's say, go to here, right? I'm going to uh, create another table here. For example, um, let me enable editing. Okay, let's say my table name is store managers info. Managers info. Okay, now in this one, insert table. I have, let's say, 5 columns, and then number of rows, let's say I have 6. Now I'm going to put store ID and then manager's name. I'm going to say managers. I'm not going to put all of this. Okay, manager's salary. I'm not going to put all of this word with the managers salary, and then let's say salary. After that, DOB, managers DOB, and then um, um, address. Okay, let's say store ID. And if you take a look, let me bring this other table from there, right? Let me bring it here in my this table, right? Okay, let's say store ID 1000, manager's name is Mr. David, and then okay, so let's say Mr. David, and then his salary is, let's say, 70,000. 70,000, right? And his DOB is 1990, and his address is 123 Beaufort Highway. Okay, then let's come to this. Next store is 2000, and then this store's manager name is Mr. Eric, and then this guy's salary is 65,000. His DOB is 0701/1985. His address is 234 Peachtree Parkway. Okay, and then the next guy is next store ID is 3000, and manager for this store is, do you have a preferred name as a manager? Guys,
Alex,
can you give a lady manager here?
Jenny.
Jenny. Okay, so Mrs. Jenny. And how much salary you want to give Mrs. Jenny?
55.
Only 55?
Okay, 75.
75, yeah, okay. 75 looks good. Okay. Then you come, her DOB is 0502 1991, and then her address is 434
Shamli.
Shamley Street. Okay, Shamley Street. Okay, and then let's say I'm going to bring 5,000. Let's say the next store is 5,000. I'm skipping some numbers, and in 5,000 I want to give who can be the manager, right? Let's say
Bengali guy.
okay, Mr.
Kamal or Jamal.
Mr. Kamal. Okay, Mr. Kamal, and I want to give him a very good salary, and let's say 80,000, and then his DOB is 0803 1995, right? And his address is yeah,
Not many
567,
people live over there.
yeah, Doraville Street. Okay, and then the next guy is 6,000. Now I want to give him a name. Let's say her a name, Mrs.
Linda.
What?
Linda.
Okay, Mrs. Linda, and then her salary is 60,000. 60,000, and her DOB is 0915 1985, and her address is 468 Alpharetta Highway. Okay, now so I have why I have created these tables. Okay, now can you see, guys, what is the relation between these two tables?
Store ID. Store ID.
The relation is store ID. Now can you see regarding store details, right? I see that if I ask you, okay, who is the manager for store 2000? Can anyone tell me who is the manager of store 2000?
2000, Mr. Eric.
Mr. Eric. And what is the salary for what is the manager's salary for store 3000?
3000 salary is 75,000.
75,000. Now if I ask you, can you tell me what is the store what is the manager's DOB for store 4000?
4,000. There is no.
There is no. Okay, that's fine. Now can you see that regarding store, some of the store's information is table store details, and remaining store information is store manager's info table. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that now we have divided the data into multiple tables, and in real life you will see a lot of this, some of the data in one table and the remaining data. I can create another table, guys. Let's say store employee details, and then I'll be giving, okay, store ID, employee name, employee salary, right, and then employee address. Again, you will have another table with the remaining data. Is that correct? Okay, so let's say that you are in a situation, your data is fragmented in multiple tables. Now if you want to show you data, you will have to write queries, so that by joining the table, if you want to show data, let's say if I ask you, hey, show me Show me farmers markets, stores, store ID, manager salary, right? So what you'll have to do, you'll have to write query and you'll have to pull data from both of the table. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So now how is that join come into picture? How does it actually, what, how we understand these joins, right? If I go back to this screenshot here, right, the other one. So if you take a look at this, right, let me navigate you where I need to. Now let's say, can you see this? There are few images here, inner join. What is your understanding by looking at this image? What is your understanding regarding inner join? Inner join is, in inner join, right, inner join or join, we display only the common data between the table. In inner join, what do you do? We display the common, we display the common data between the table. Does it make sense? What we do in inner join? We display the
Common data
between the table. In left join, in left join, guys, in left join, we display the common data plus all of the data from the left side. So we display, first of all we display the common data, and then all common, uncommon, whatever we have in the left table, we display everything. In right join, mhm,
Sorry, by left table, are you talking about the top one?
yeah, left table means when you are right, let's say that, can you see I have a query here, select store details dot store id, store name, amp ssn, dub salary from store details. Can you see full join, employee details? Can you see the word full join? What do you have in the left hand side? Store details. That is what I am meaning by left table. That you have an operator here, full join, left join, right? You put one table in the left side and you put another table in the right side. When I say left join, it will be bringing common, uncommon, everything from left table, and on the right table it will be bringing only the common data. Okay, right join, it will be bringing common, uncommon from both table, and then from the right table it will be bringing everything. Full outer join, it will be bringing common, uncommon, everything from both of the table. Okay, now to go back to the example now, so before I go back to the example, so you understand, inner join will bring only the common data, left join will bring the common data plus the uncommon data from the left table, right join will bring the common data plus the additional data from the right table, full outer join will bring all of the common, uncommon, everything. Understandable? I'm going to go for a specific example, but up to this, understandable, right? Very good. Now let's go to the go to a specific example. Now, if I go back to this document that I have here, right, you will see that. Let's say that um, we have the first table, orders, right? In orders, what do I have? Order ID, and then who has placed that order, customer ID, and then we have order date. Does it make sense? In the first table we have the order details. What do I have in the order details? I have order ID and who is the owner of that order, the customer ID, and then I have order date. And then look at the next table, customers, right? Look at the next table. In the customers, I have the customer ID and all of the details of the customer. Does it make sense? So first table I have the order details, and the next table I have the customer details. Now in the first, what is the relation between these two tables? The relation between the two table is customer ID. There is a relation by customer ID. Now let's say, are we clear everyone? What is the relation between these two table? Please speak up. Okay, very good. Now you come here, right? Customer ID column in order table refers to the customer ID in the customers table. We understand about this. Now inner join, right? When we do the inner join means inner join, or if you simply say join, inner join, remember this, inner join, or if you simply say join, then it will bring only the common data between the two tables. Now we are going to write a query here. Can you see, guys? Select order id, orders dot customer id, order date, customer. Basically I'm saying, right, bring all of the columns or whatever columns you want. Now you will see that how it impact from, can you see, from orders customers, right? This is inner join. If you simply do not say any join or anything, right, but just put normal way, right, normal way, like where if you put this customer, this is simply inner join. If you write a query, right, to bring data from both of the table, right, if the condition is satisfied, then it will be inner join. Now if you take a look here, I am asking to bring data from both of the table, and how many records I got?
Two.
Two. But if you see in this both of the table, how many records I have? I have 3 records in the first table, 3 records in the second table. It only brought the details for 1 and 2. Why is that?
Because is match only two data both table. The other one is not match.
Remember, in inner join, it will be bringing only the matching data. In the left table, can you see, when we are comparing, okay, orders dot customer id equal to customers dot customer id, then 1 equal to 1 is matching, 2 equal to 2 is matching. There is no matching record for 3. There is no matching record for 4. Is that correct? So that's why it is bringing only 1 and 2. So this is what inner join is. You can write the same query. Let's say the query that we have written here, right? Can you see this query? This query you can modify and you can write this query in another way. I'm going to show you. Okay, so you put it, and then from orders, and then join customers, right? And then you will have to, if you write it in by using the this join keyword, right, then what you will have to do is so this is the inner join query that we have written. But if you use join these keywords, full join, outer join, inner join, then you will have to put, instead of where, what you will have to do, you will have to write it in that way. Instead of where, instead of this where, you will be putting on orders dot customer id. Oh, not this place, here, on orders dot customer id equal to customers dot customer id. This is another way of writing this inner join query. So instead of join, you can say inner join. It will be same, inner join. Oh, where did I put it? Instead of join, you put here inner join. Okay, now let's go to the next query. It will be more clear once I will explain the other queries. Now let's understand full outer join. Now if you use the full outer join, now it will have to bring all data from the left table, it will have to bring all data from the right table. That means it will be bringing all data from this table, and also it will be bringing all data from this table. So how will it work? Let's go to a outer join query, right? Can you see, select order id, orders dot customer id, order date, customer name, contact name, from orders full outer join customers on orders dot customer id equal to customers dot customer id. Now if you take a look, 1 2, right, and then for Karim, right, Karim and and contact name Mr. Karim, right? If you take a look, this is coming from where? This is coming from this table, Karim and um, customer name, right? So, and then for these guys, the Karim and Mr. Karim, for this guy, we do not have any store details. Is that correct?
Yes.
So we have a store customer ID 4, but for that customer ID 4, do I have any order details? No,
No.
no. So that's why when you see the result here, right? Can you see when you see the results here, you do not see any Karim Ahmed and Mr. Karim. We do not have any order details, right? And then for this guy, right? For this one, you see that when you where you have 3, right? Customer ID 3. Do I have any further details for this customer in this table?
No.
No.
No. So now what you see, for this guy, I do not have any order details, right? Is that correct? For this guy, I do not have any order details. Is that correct? And for this order details, I do not have any customer details. Is that correct? But when I have written the query, right, by full outer join, I still have both of the data in my query because I did full outer join. Do you understand now what is full outer join? Okay. Now you come to the left join. So what will happen if you write the left join? Can you see that I have written the left join in a way I have written the left join a little bit, right? Little bit different way. Now if you take a look in left join, what will happen? Whatever you have in your left table, right? It will be bringing, can you see orders, join, customers? Now it will be bringing all of the common, uncommon from the left table. Left table means orders, right? So in orders table, if you take a look, in orders table, we have this information that is not common in the next table, right? Is that correct? So it will be bringing all of the common, uncommon data from this table, and it will be bringing only the common data from the right table. So if you take a look here, right, if you take a look here in this particular example where you did left join, right, can you see we said from orders join customers, and then can you see on orders dot customer id equal to customers dot customer id. When you do left join, you put the plus sign in the right hand side. For left join, you put the plus in the right hand side. There is another way to write it, right? Let me show you the same query. I'm writing it in another way. So you do this, right? And then you put here in orders join customers, right? Instead of join, you put left join customers on orders dot customer id equal to customers dot customer id. You remove this plus. Does it make sense? Left join. Do you have any question on left join? Clear? Any further question on this left join? And when you do the left join, what will happen? You will get the common, uncommon, everything from left table. What is left table in this case? Orders. So in the orders table, remember what column we are bringing, right? Can you see we are bringing order ID, right? What we are bringing order ID from which table? Order ID we have it in first table. Is that correct? In the left table. Okay, and then we are bringing orders dot customer id in we have the customer id in both table. So we are bringing customer id, we are specifically saying okay, bring customer ID to remove the ambiguity, right? So that it doesn't return any ambiguity, we are saying orders dot customer ID, and then order date is in the left table, right? Customer name is in the right table. Do you remember we have the customer details in the right table, right? So what is oh, this is okay, this is what inner join. Let me go to this particular query where we are doing left join. Okay, now here um, order date is from left table, customer name is from right table, contact name is from right table. From the right table we are not bringing all of the field in just we are bringing two field, customer name, customer contact name. So now when you do left join, right, can you see from the left table, right, this order ID is coming from the left table, this customer ID is coming from the left table, right, and then order date is coming from the left table, and then contact name, right, if you go back here in these two tables, this three data is coming, but corresponding to these three data, do I have any matching data in second table?
No.
No. So it is, so if you write a inner join, it will only this part will not be coming, correct? Only common data will be coming. Now when you are writing left join, from the left table it is bringing common, uncommon, everything, and from the right table, right, can you see for that particular one, did it bring any kind of data? No. From the right, this customer name and contact name is from the right table. Now it didn't bring anything for customer name and contact name because we do not have anything in the customer details table. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and on top of that, in that particular right table, can you see we have a customer who doesn't have any order? So have you seen Karim Ahmed and Mr. Karim? Is it coming here in the left join? This Karim is not coming because we are doing left join. When you do left join, it will not bring any uncommon data from the right table. Does it make sense? Okay, now you come to the right join. Okay, I have written, so when you do right join, if you do not use the right join keyword, you put the plus in the left hand side. This is one way of writing this query. There is another way of writing this query, is, let me show you. So you put here from orders, and then here you put right join, and then remove this plus. So what will happen here? See the result. Can you see now? When you are doing right join, we're supposed to be bringing common data from the left table, and from the right table common, uncommon, everything. Does it make sense? Now can you see from the left table we have two matching data, customer 1 and 2 have matching data in right table, and then third one from the first table, from the left table, didn't come. And can you see Karim Ahmed and Mr. Karim? So this is coming from the right table, although we do not have any data for this one in the orders table, but it is still coming because this is a right join. Does it make sense? Okay, so any further question on this join, left join, right join, full join? Any further question, guys?
So the inner join is coming data from both table.
Inner join is coming, bringing common data from both table.
Common data.
Common data. Sounds good, everyone?
Yeah, I just did most of the parts.
Sharmin, what about you?
Yes, I am following so far.
Okay, and what about Nahid bhai? Okay, so what I will expect from you all, right? I'm going to send you this document. I'm going to send you this document. You create both of this table and you practice inner join, outer join, full join from this two table. Once you have done it by your hand in your computer, right, it will be more clear. And if you have any further question, we can come back in the next class, we can discuss. I'll be sending you this information. Now, how does it sounds? Are we good with this? So you have how many to-dos you have, right? First of all, you will have to create this two table. You will have to practice inner join, outer join, right? And then you will have to create this two table, right? And then you will have to do your inner join, outer join, full join, right? Left join, right join, all of this on this two table, okay? And then you have this this image here that I'm going to send you, and here this table will be already there, and then you will have to create what is the other table here that we have created. Let me show you. So you have two tables here, store details and employee details. You will have to practice inner join, outer join, full join on this two table as well. So that means you will have to you will have to create two tables, three tables, four tables for this all of these practices. So I'm going to send you this document, and definitely if you have any further question on this, get back to me and I'll help you. Okay, now let me stop this part as well regarding Oracle joins, and then we are going to go back to Selenium part. We are going to start Selenium today, and as I said, this is pretty important that this is a key part of your course. Okay, this is the key part of your course, and it is pretty important that your understanding is clear on this Selenium. This is like when you are going for an interview, right? This is where you will have to prove yourself, definitely. So let me stop recording on this part and bring the Selenium part.
Can I go like couple minutes? Can I share my screen?
Give me a second. Sure, I'll yeah, you can go ahead and start sharing.